My name is Maya Rodriguez, and I'm a 34-year-old Black woman living in Charleston, South Carolina. I work two jobs. One as a daycare teacher, the other stocking shelves at a grocery store on weekends. My body had been screaming at me for weeks. Sharp pains in my chest, numbness in my left arm. I kept brushing it off because, honestly, who has time to be sick when you've got bills piling up? But that Tuesday morning, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I drove myself to St. Michael's Medical Center, hands shaking on the wheel. The waiting room smelled like antiseptic and fear. I sat there for 40 minutes watching other patients get called in before me, even though I'd checked in first. Finally, a nurse called my name. The doctor who entered was middle-aged, white, with reading glasses hanging from a chain around his neck. He barely looked up from his clipboard. "So, chest pain?" he asked, his tone flat. "Yes," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "And my arm's been numb. It comes and goes, but—" "Anxiety," he interrupted. "Classic panic attack symptoms." I blinked. "I don't think it's anxiety. My grandmother died of a heart attack at 40. I'm worried." "You're young. You look fine." He glanced at me for maybe 2 seconds. "Have you been stressed? Work? Relationships?" I felt my throat tighten. "Doctor, I'm telling you something feels wrong. Can we at least run some tests? An EKG? Blood work?" He sighed like I was wasting his time. "Listen, I see this all the time. Women come in here thinking every little ache is a catastrophe. You probably just need to relax. Maybe cut back on caffeine." My hands clenched into fists on my lap. I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell him that I knew my body, that I wasn't imagining this. But instead, I just nodded, feeling small. He scribbled something on a prescription pad. "I'm giving you a referral for a therapist. Anxiety meds, if you need them." He stood up, ready to leave. "Wait," my voice cracked. "Please, just one test, please." He paused at the door, his back to me. "If it makes you feel better, schedule a follow-up in 2 weeks. But honestly, you're fine." And then he left. I sat there alone for what felt like an eternity, staring at that prescription paper in my hands. A therapist, anxiety medication, as if my pain was all in my head. I thought about my grandmother, how she'd complained about chest pain for months before anyone took her seriously. By the time they did, it was too late. I was 15 when we buried her. I remembered standing at her grave, promising myself I'd never let anyone ignore me the way they ignored her. But here I was, ignored, dismissed, reduced to just another anxious Black woman. I pulled out my phone and called my sister, Jasmine. My hands were trembling so badly I could barely hold it. "Maya, what's wrong?" Her voice was an instant concern. My voice broke. "They won't run any tests, Jazz. The doctor said I'm just stressed, that I need therapy." "Are you kidding me?" I could hear the anger rising in her voice. "Maya, you need to demand those tests. Don't leave that hospital without." I tried. I whispered. I begged him. He wouldn't listen. There was silence on the other end. Then Jasmine said something that hit me like a brick. "Maya, if you were white, would he have listened?" I didn't have an answer, but deep down I knew the truth. I wiped my tears and stood up. My chest still ached. My arm still felt heavy. But now something else burned inside me. Anger, not just at that doctor, but at a system that taught him my pain was worth less than someone else's. I folded that prescription, put it in my pocket, and walked toward the exit. I wasn't going to let this go. I wasn't going to be another statistic. But then the pain hit again, harder this time. I sat there in that sterile room, tears burning behind my eyes. I felt invisible, dismissed, like my pain didn't matter because he decided it didn't. I walked out of that exam room in a daze. But as I reached the exit, I felt it again, that sharp, crushing pain in my chest. This time, it dropped me to my knees. A nurse nearby rushed over. "Ma'am, are you okay?" I couldn't speak. My vision blurred. My heart pounded. So hard, I thought it would explode. "Get Dr. Harrison." Now, she shouted. Within seconds, another doctor appeared, an older black woman with kind eyes and steady hands. She knelt beside me, checking my pulse. "We're taking you to the ER. Right now," she said firmly. Everything moved fast after that. EKG, blood work, a chest X-ray. Dr. Harrison stayed by my side the entire time, her hand on my shoulder. And then she showed me the results. "Maya," she said softly, "you were having a heart attack. You have a 70% blockage in your left coronary artery. If you'd gone home today, you might not have made it through the night." The room went silent. Dr. Harrison didn't just save my life that day. She made sure everyone knew what had happened. She filed a formal complaint against the first doctor. She requested a full review of my case. And when the hospital administration tried to sweep it under the rug, she went public. A week later, I got a call from the hospital's chief of medicine. He apologized, said there would be mandatory training on implicit bias, said they were committed to doing better. But the most powerful moment came when Dr. Harrison visited me after my surgery. "Maya," she said, sitting beside my hospital bed, "I need you to hear this. Your pain is real. Your voice matters. And you should never have to beg someone to believe you." I cried, not because I was sad, but because someone finally saw me. I'm sharing this story because I know I'm not alone. Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related complications. We're less likely to receive adequate pain treatment. Our symptoms are dismissed as exaggeration or anxiety. But here's what I learned. Your life is worth fighting for. Don't let anyone make you feel like your pain doesn't matter. Speak up. Demand to be heard. And if they won't listen, find someone who will. Dr. Harrison didn't just save my life. She reminded me that my existence has value, that I deserve care, compassion, and respect.
To every Black woman watching this, you matter. Your pain is valid. Your voice is powerful. And to everyone else, listen, believe. Because the person sitting in front of you might be fighting for their life, and your response could change everything. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Black Diaries. Your support brings us closer to our goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers.